Hi there, my name is Jack. I am a DevOps engineer by trade, and in light of the current geopolitical climate, I think where we are at is a bit of an information war type of situation. If you own a website, or perhaps you are an engineer and you're authorized to do so, I think there's a couple of things that we can do as individuals to help inform the Russian public of the disinformation campaign that's being waged against them to provide justification for an invasion. And the way that we're going to approach this is if we have a website that receives global traffic, then what we're going to be doing is implementing redirects to sites that will provide people that originate from those IP addresses based on their geo-IP location to instead send them to something like the United Nations website or otherwise. Now, of course, this is only a temporary workaround, as anything like censoring that's put in place by a nation state could easily obviate a simple 302 redirect. I will just call this level 1. So what I've got over here is in AWS, I have the AWS WAF tool created, and we're going to create a WebACL that we would ultimately attach to our load balancer. So if you're currently hosting an application in Amazon and you don't have WAF enabled, you should strongly consider it, especially if you have any interesting resources on there. I'm not going to attach any resources right now since this is purely for demonstration purposes. And I'm just going to name this thing. Now, you might want to call this like external WAF rules or something like that. But let's go through the process here. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a custom rule in here. So that's my own rules here. And we're going to use an IP set. And there is, let's see here, we can, let me pull this up here. Actually, we'll do a rule builder. If a rule matches this statement, and then we can inspect the originates from a country in, or we could say originates from an IP address in. We'll do the country in, and we'll just pick our current regional input here. So we're going to say any traffic coming in from Russia. So we'll say redirect. We'll just call this redirect traffic RU. Just for that, we're going to send that there. And now normally what you could do is this would be a pretty typical like posture for someone to take as just kind of like entry level blocking some script kiddies from regions that are known to have hackers. Now in this case though, we're not just going to send them a block which would return just a 401 or otherwise. Instead, we can send out a custom response code, and we can send someone a 302 redirect since this is a custom response, and then we can send a location header, and we could send them to https://www.un.org, for example, to send people there. Now, what's cool about this approach here is it's not all that aggressive or otherwise, but it is a form of information warfare that individuals who have website that receives traffic from people in that region, rather than servicing their needs or otherwise, I think the goal here is really just about bringing awareness to the current global problems, and we can then add this rule. So that's a simple rule that we can add in to wage information warfare. The next level up beyond that, once you've created your rule, you click next, configure metrics, all that jazz, and just basically click next through, attach this WebACL now to your resource. That would be like the load balancer. And that's done. Okay, so now how do we up the game? So if a nation state actor is, say, blocking access to the United Nations website, then perhaps what we should be doing instead is downloading the video and re-encoding it and serving that out from our website individually. And again, this is all about information warfare. This is providing information that may be restricted to individuals, so that way locally they can petition their governments to make a change. I hope you found this interesting. It's just a different way to view the current crisis that's going on and perhaps provide you an option to do something. Anyways, that's all I got. Talk to you later.